Welcome everyone, and thank you for coming to talk with me about the Individualized Learning Plan here at Trinity. I'm the Associate Dean of Admissions, and I talked to all of you before you came here about this plan, and now I'm happy that you're here successful after being in the plan and can tell us all about it.
Well, in the past, I've taken several medical school courses elsewhere and found out about Trinity and their ILP program. Walked into it not really knowing what to expect. Talked to Dr. Reynolds in an interview for quite a while. It was a good conversation. I guess what came from it would be that the ILP program really allowed me to assess certain issues such as taking too long on tests or overachieving. With ILP, kind of smoothed it out, smoothed the transition into med school, really allowed me to assess those issues and figure out what it was for me as a student that I felt like I needed to be successful, and it's working so far, so it's been a good program.
I was out of school for a couple of years before I started applying for medical school, and then when I applied for Trinity, I got interviewed by Dr. Reynolds, and she recommended the ILP program to help me kind of transition back into the full-time school, into the full course loads, and it's worked out really well. The ILP provides me a lot of extra time to focus and study.
For me, my main issue was really trying to find time to learn the material rather than just memorizing, really gaining an understanding of the subjects. And Dr. Reynolds recommended the ILP program to me. I was initially accepted as a gateway student. I had the option of doing either one of those programs, and I felt like the ILP program would allow me to have a better transition into Trinity School of Medicine. I also would gain a solid foundation in the subjects. In the end, it would help me do better in subsequent terms.
So the timeline that you're on in ILP means that for the first term you take a lighter course load, and the second term you finish term one and then go right into the full course load. Do you think that your performance so far is preparing you for the full course load?
Absolutely. I think it definitely helped all of us individually use what our strengths are for how we prepare for the classes, how we prepare for exams. It helps develop our study skills.
We all have our own schedule, our own way of studying, and having a lighter load to build on and really refine that schedule, and then to carry that forward for the later term, that it really helps.
I think it's definitely preparing me for the full course load 100%. It really, again, has helped me take a step back and figure out what my study plan is, and I emphasize mine because everybody's going to have their own personal way of how they learn, how they take on the courses, getting the basic sciences down, and really you can start to see the connections between courses, and then as we move on to the next semesters, it'll really just put everything together and have a really strong foundation that honestly will probably make it a lot easier for ourselves.
Being in ILP, did you feel like you were a part of the rest of the class?
Maybe for the first week people ask questions, how come you were not in this class or not in the other class, but everyone here, we're all mature enough to understand and just explain the situation that we are part of this program. And I think a lot of the people I talked to, a lot of my classmates, actually wanted to join the program and didn't know about it.
One of the things that I really love about Trinity is its close-knit community. I think in many cases medical school brings out the competitive nature in a lot of people, but here at Trinity I feel as though students' performances are really influenced by a collaborative effort, and so it's not uncommon to see students helping each other out, and really that it doesn't matter whether you came in as a traditional MD student or an ILP. I know our May class was very close and had really great interaction with one another.
So just to confirm, in the classes that you did take in this course load, you were in the class with everybody else. It
Yes.
wasn't like it's a special program.
No,
there was
not
no
at all.
difference at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
and took the same tests.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. One thing that I like to say to students who are considering ILP or it's been recommended to them is that it is a program that allows you to plan for your success rather than to adjust for your failure after the fact. Would you recommend it to a student who's considering it?
Simple word, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think all of us can agree on that.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us here today and letting everybody know about your success. I wanted to congratulate all of you for coming in and starting strong.
Thank you. Thank you very much.